Okay, this is Web Development Strategy course lesson 7, and the name of this particular lesson is all about analyzing. Analyze. So this Mike Maddock from Forbes magazine, he says, if you have to fail, and you do, fail forward. Okay, so that's kind of like my motto. You know, I'm not afraid to fail, and I don't think that anybody else should be afraid to fail, because by failing, we learn about what went wrong. We learn about what, you know, to me, failing is one of the greatest educations that we could have. And that's no different whenever it comes to web development strategy. But before we begin, let's review. Now, we've covered 6 lessons now, and so we're going to test our knowledge and see how we can do. Now, maybe true or false, it's a good practice to buy backlinks that link your keyword phrases. True or false? False. Very good. If you could comment on right. All right, there you go. Cool, Dave. All right, so next, true or false, when you create a Facebook ad campaign, you can target a specific audience. Very good. Now, what is keyword stuffing? Yes, where you use your keyword too much. Very good. Is that what you're going to say, Dave? Yeah, keywords too much. So keyword stuffing is when we repeat the message over and over again, or the keyword phrase. So true or false, hidden text is a good way to get indexed for your keyword phrases. Hidden text is a good way to get indexed for your keyword phrases. False. Correct, Dave. Yeah. So if the background is white and the text is white, you know, that's not a very good thing to practice, because Google, Bing pick up on that stuff now. All right, so the subjects we're going to cover. This is going to be a really in-depth lesson. We're going to be using the Google Webmaster tools, how to get indexed, using Google Analytics, understanding the demographics of those analytics. We're going to be talking about structured data. Okay, so Google Webmaster Tools. This is going to give you insights to your website. And whenever you look at it at a glance, you're going to see a little menu structure like this on the left. Okay, so if you would sign in your Google Webmaster Tools, this is the basic menu structure. The first part, we have the site dashboard, then site messages, or search appearance, search traffic, Google index, crawl, and you notice those little arrows beside those. That means that this is a parent menu. When you click on the arrows, there's menus within there, kind of like the parent-child menu that we have on the WordPress CMS. So the first one's site messages. So we're gonna, if we clicked on site messages, this is what we're gonna see. Just some messages, and we could star those messages just like we can in our Gmail or whatnot, you know, things that are important to us. We notice we have a couple messages here from Google saying that the Site A1 Website Pro is now linked to a Google Analytics property, and then the other message is your preferred domain for your site has changed. Okay, so these are just different messages that you will receive within your Google Webmaster Tools about your website and let you know what's going on. Oh, you forgot what hidden text was, huh? Yeah, hidden text is when the background's white and the text is white. All right, so search appearance. This is the next one. And if we go under search appearance, structured data, we're going to get some information about our websites, okay? So we see that we have 110 items on 63 pages with structured data. There's 104 items with errors on 63 pages. So this will give us errors about our structured data, and we're going to get in depth on what structured data is whenever we throughout this lesson here, and how important it is for your search engine results, and how Google understands your web page. Okay, data highlighter. Data highlighter is a way in which we can tell Google about our structured data and what it is, and you know, where it's located. So if we click on that data highlighter, we're going to come to a page that looks like this. Okay, so the data highlighter. What if they can't find structured data on your? Okay, this is going to answer that question. This is, if they can't find structured data on your website, what you do is you use the data highlighter, tell them where that structured data is. Okay, so here we see that I have on this particular website that there's structured data on products. There's also structured data on articles. So the number of pages under the products is 1, and there's 34 plus for the articles. Okay, all right, so whenever we click on that data highlighter, there's a little video right here within Google Webmaster Tools, but we're going to go here, start highlighting, because this video is just going to show you what I'm about to show you right now. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do is enter the URL of a typical page on our website. Now this is the page, this ain't the home page. This is like, okay, you know that you have posts, you know you have pages, so you would want to enter a complete URL to whatever that post or page, and then you would hit tag this page and others like it. So we know that on the WordPress content management system, every post or every page is structured pretty much the same way. You know, all the tags are pretty much in the same place on every page that you have. So the one that we're going to take into consideration here, there's a CMS that I program. It's for my client that sells ADRAW. Okay, and whenever we click on the type of information to highlight, I'm going to select products. But you notice we can select articles, book reviews, events, local businesses, movies, restaurants, software applications, TV episodes, and so on. Okay, so there's different types of things that we can highlight to help Google understand what information is on our web page. Okay, so I always select tag this page and others like it. Okay, and then we'll hit OK. Now right here we're on adraw.com. I'm going to click on this. This is my title of the page, right? Whenever I click on that title, it's going to highlight it in that yellow, and then there's going to be a little drop down box right to the right here. Okay, and I'm going to let Google know. Google's asking me, this is what Google's asking me, and I'm going to say, yeah, this is the name of the product. So I'll click that, and then I'll hit name, and then Google will know that the name is in this particular tag every time. Okay. Now we're going to go through several different pages like that. We're going to be, here, let me go back. If I clicked on the image, I would hit image over here. If I clicked on the price, I would then click on price over here. Product ID, average rating, so on and so forth. Now, obviously, these little menu items are going to change whenever it comes to an article, right? They're going to be different. They're not going to be asking for a price or a product ID, but there's a group of questions that Google has that pretty much every article has in it. For instance, the date, the category, so on and so forth, that they're going to be asking you for. And so they know how to, so they can better understand your articles and where to index them. So you'll go through these pages and do that data highlighter for the different types of pages that you have on your website, whether they be posts, pages, reviews, category pages, so on and so forth. And then finally, after I'm all done selecting my data, I'll just click publish like that. Now Google will understand my web page through the use of the tags that I use on it. Okay? So you guys already know what tags are. We learned that in lesson 1. Examples of structured data. Okay, so here if we type in Google open cart installing a template, we'll be going to our Google search results, something like this here, and you notice you can see my date here, right? That's part of the microdata that Google collects to display in their search results. You notice here I have a voting thing. You know, and there's 7 votes, 5 out of 5, right? So this is examples of structured data. Here's another example. Spaghetti and meatball recipe. See, there's a rating, 5, 374, rating 5. All right, so this is structured data. So the next section that we'll get to is the HTML improvements. And whenever you click on it, you might have no data available. And the reason why is because you probably are doing the best that there possibly is to do as far as HTML. If there's no suggestions, it may just mean that your web page is the best that it can be. This tool will let you know if you have duplicate meta descriptions, long meta descriptions, missing title tags, duplicate title tags, long title tags, and more. Okay, so this will give you a lot of suggestions, to make your website better. Now, site links. So what are site links? If we type in a1websitepro.com, you'll see that there's a bunch of these little links underneath here. Okay, so Google is going to determine that whoever the searcher is looking for this website, and what they want to do is provide a quick way for this person to find out whatever they're looking for at A1 Website Pro. So this is what they'll provide, and it's called site links. Okay, now these are generated by Google. You have no power over this feature as to what is generated. The only thing that you can do is demote one of these links. Okay, you can't generate one of these links, but you can demote them. You could get rid of them. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do this. So let's say you wanted to get rid of the one of those site links from the search results. Let's go through the process. First of all, type in the keyword phrase you want to see the site links for. Look at the site link results. Okay, so we put in here a1websitepro.com. Now let's say that I wanted to get rid of movies on here. Let's say, now this does have to do with my website because I do audio, video, and so on and so forth. But let's say that this had nothing to do with my website or my services, and I wanted to remove it from my site links. I would click on site links over on the left here on my Webmaster tools, right? And I would demote this site link URL. Now, I got this link from clicking on that particular site link, and that's what Google is showing as one of my site links. So let's say that I want to demote it. I just enter that URL there, and I would click demote. Okay? And that'd be simple as that, and then they'll get rid of that site link for me. Search traffic. This is the next section. It's all about how the traffic is being generated or pointed to your website in the Google search engine. This will not give you complete statistics, all right? You can get great insights here on what keywords people are using in the Google search engine to find your website. So that's, now that you know about link strategy and using your keyword phrase, this is going to be something that's important to you. So here's my search queries. Now you'll notice down here, this is my client's website, Capsule USA, and right down here we have the query. Now these are the keyword phrases that people have entered in the search engine to find this particular website. Okay. This next one is how many times it was showed on Google. Okay. That's how many times it was shown on Google from people using those keyword phrases. This next section here is going to tell me how many times they clicked on the click to my website by using that keyword phrase, right? This next section right here, Ctrs, click-through rate. That means after they have clicked on that keyword phrase and they came to my website, they've clicked around a bit, okay? So when they type in capsule size chart, we see the click-through rate is 2%. If they type in Capsule USA, we see the click-through rate is 90%. And over here shows the average position in Google. It's usually showing in the, the first mark. They're all on the first page, but, it's #1 in search results or whatnot. So that's the average position. If any types in capsule size chart, it's going to usually be in the first or second position. If they type in Capsule USA, it's always going to be in the #1 position, so on and so forth. So this is very important information because what can you do with this now? Well, if you know that people are typing in capsule size chart and they're, you're getting a lot of clicks from that, you want to go to this page and make sure that you're optimizing it for, money. Can you bring the site link back after getting rid of it? No, you can't bring the site link back after getting rid of it, Dave. That's a good question. After you demote it, you better be sure that it's demoted. So that's just one of those things. It would be up to Google if they, if you deleted that demotion, it would be up to them if they wanted to bring that site link back for you. Okay, so anyway, getting back to the search queries, you could click on any of these links over here, and it'll take you to that page that these particular people are landing on. You want to optimize that page, because if you know that you're in this position, you could take advantage of that. Get your special sales. If you're not making enough sales on there, narrow down on those pages. Do something. Offer a coupon. Something free with the purchase or whatnot. So that's what this is about. Keying in on those keyword phrases that you're ranking number 1 for. Remember, you can always go back and edit a page and make it better. So that this will give you a reason to do so. Okay, so if you look at links to your site, which is right underneath the search queries and the search traffic, right here you'll get the total links to your site, and then you will be able to see who links the most. Okay, now what's interesting here is you want to be able to say, hey, are these websites, are they spammer sites? Are they websites that I don't want linking to me? Okay, so that's some of the things that you want to, some of the questions that you want to ask yourself. So your most linked content. So you notice that over here, some of my most linked content is my home page, right? A1 Website Pro with 26,849 backlinks. And then I have this writing deep content. I'm getting a lot of links for that. A lot of links for the strategy of URLs and hosting and so on and so forth. So I created a backlink strategy using my keyword phrases, and here you can see that I'm getting credit for it. Now see how your data is linked? These are the keyword phrases down here that are that I'm ranking for. That these particular websites. Altogether, there's probably a couple hundred websites here that are linking to me, but these are the keyword phrases that are using, that they're using in their anchor text to link back to me. So the link strategy. Now that you know about link strategy and how to link a keyword phrase, this information will become more important to you. You do not want spammy sites linking to you. You do not want irrelevant content linked from another website. You can visit these websites as well to see whether they are worthy to have a follow link or whether you should disavow the links coming from these websites. So, disavow link. Now, I promised yesterday that we were going to talk about how to disavow a spammy link. The first thing you have to do is prepare a text document in Notepad. Write the format down like this for the sites, and yes, it is in the course materials. So you would want domain : and then the name of the site. Domain : the name of the site. Now you could put the web page too. Like if my buddy was linking to me and he didn't realize that what he was doing was bad. Maybe he was linking something else. What we want to do is put the exact URL at the end here. Domain : the website / whatever the web page. Okay, so if you don't want to disavow the entire site, you just want to disavow a certain page, you can do that as well. So you prepare a notepad like this, right? And you put those domains there, and whatever domain you want to disavow. Okay. Then you want to go to google.com Webmasters Tools disavow -links -main. Okay, and you're going to come to a page that asks you what website. Like if you have several different websites, it's going to ask you which website do you want to disavow links to. And so I'll select A1 Website Pro, and then you're going to get a little warning like this. This is an advanced feature, blah, blah, blah. but you click disavow links, okay? And then the next thing you want to do is choose your file, that text file, and then you want to hit submit. And then that will tell Google that you don't want these, you don't want Google to hold it against you because these spammy sites are linking back to you, because they will hold it against you. All right, so that's how you disavow a link to your site. Internal links. The next section will tell you about your site, how it's linked internally. Now that you know about link strategy, you may want to improve on how your internal structure is linked. Look at those links and make sure that they make sense to the overall theme of your website. Remember, we talked about having tasty cakes and an auto site. We want to make sure that those links are, relevant. So if we're going to an About Us page, maybe we want to put, about the web development team in Boardman, Ohio, about the web development team in Lake Charles, so on and so forth. Now, if you had a website on instrument decorations, then your About page might contain these keyword phrases. Notice the URL structure: instrumentdecorations.com, about our instrument decoration company. So that just doesn't say about us, it describes about our instrument decoration company. Okay, so we've got a keyword phrase in there in our URL. So that's another good thing to do. You'll notice my about us is about our web development company or something of that nature. So manual actions. This section of your Google Webmaster Tools will let you know if there's a manual action against you and how to resolve them. Okay? Usually this is a violation of Google's quality guidelines. If there's no minimal actions, right? Well, hold on. If there are no manual actions, then this tool will let you know that your website has no manual actions against it. Okay? Index status. Going under index status. The index status gives us information as to how many URLs are indexed by Google. You can click over the advanced section to get more insights to see what is being blocked by your robot text and more. Okay? All right, hold on. I'm getting some feedback here. All right. So here's the index status, right? And I see I have 852 indexed in this particular website. There's 51,000 ever crawled. Blocked by robots 23. 2 of them were removed. Okay, so that's my index status from the last year on this particular website. If you click on the advanced section, you could get more more information about the index status, on how Google's indexing you. Now here's your content keywords. Content keywords will also show us what Google understands our main keywords to be throughout our website. Okay, so we want to know, hey Google, overall, how do you judge me as a website? What do you think I'm trying to talk about here? The message I'm trying to get across. We can investigate them more using this tool. So if we click on content keywords, it's going to let us know what Google understands our website to be about. So that's kind of important to us. Removing URLs. Now, why would anyone want to remove a URL from the Google index? The answer is simple. You don't want your admin panel to be indexed by Google. You don't want your dashboard indexed in there in the search results. If it is, you may want to ask Google to remove it from their index. So that's why you would use this tool, remove URLs. Okay? Crawl errors. The first section of this tool will tell us if we have any URLs that Google had a problem crawling. Maybe we removed a page instead of having a 301 redirect, or maybe our server was down when Google tried to crawl it. It could also be that there were too many people on the site when Google tried to crawl the site. Okay? There may be many reasons why we get crawl errors. We do not need to get hung up on this. Visit pages that Google is telling. Visit the pages that Google's telling you that they could not crawl. So check them yourself. And if they're coming up, don't worry about it. Okay? That means that Google was crawling at a particular time when maybe your website had high traffic and it couldn't get to that page, which is a good sign. So maybe you might have to increase your CPU, your bandwidth, or, get on a better server. So there's a lot of reasons for crawl errors, okay? Not just the fact that they couldn't get on there. They're just letting you know we wasn't able to crawl it at this time. If they load, don't worry about the pages, of course. If they do not load, then think about putting a 301 redirect, or changing your site map links, all right? So maybe you want to have a 301 redirect for them crawl errors if they're getting a 404 error. Now, under crawl stats, Google will let you know when they come to your website and crawl it. They will show you this in the form of stats. They will let you know how many pages they crawled per day and how much information they downloaded. And it'll look like a little graph like this. Okay, you can see on the high days, there's, 913 pages crawled. Average, they'll crawl 289 pages a day. At the very least, they'll crawl 155 pages. That's Google's Google bought in the past 90 days. Okay, so that's kind of some good information for you to keep track of. Not as handy as your search engine optimization, your keyword phrase strategy, and stuff like that. But I mean, I would check on this every now and then. Make sure Google is crawling your website. Now, this next section is probably the most important under the crawl menu, and it's fetches Google. So let's say we added a new web page, or we improved an existing web page, and we want to let Google know that there's been some improvement. There's been some changes. Come and check them out. Now, here's where we will let them know. Simply click on Fetch as Google, enter the URL, and click Submit. That's all you have to do to fetch as Google. They will then retrieve the web page, and there will be a button that appears that says Submit to Index. You'll click that button, and you're done. That means you've already let Google know, hey, here I am. Come and visit my web page. Now, you could refer back to lesson 4 for complete instructions because we've already completed this. Blocked URLs. Your website should have a robots text. And that Ron bots is supposed to be robots. I must have been getting tired whenever I was preparing this PowerPoint. So if you are using a content management system, then these are already generated for you. When you click this link, you'll be able to see your robot text and the URLs that are being blocked from Google and other search engines. There may be also other code in there as well. Do not be alarmed. Research codes and you will be able to tell if you need them or not. Okay? That's all about blocked URLs. So here we go. If we can actually access our robot text from our Google Webmaster tools, and they're going to let us know what it says. Okay? Now you'll notice we have the CGI pin. We're telling Google, don't be indexing our CGI pin or anything that's in our WP admin folder, or WP content, or WP includes folder, stuff like that. So these are the different things that we're telling Google not to index. But we're also telling Google, your media partners, yeah, we have your AdSense and stuff like that on our web page, and I want to allow Googlebot image to go to my WP content uploads and index my images. Okay, so I want them to be able to index my images here. So there's different things in your robot text that that you're going to tell to disallow or allow, and that's how you do it. Yeah, these are already pre-configured in WordPress CMS. See, that's what's so great about WordPress and different content management systems is this stuff is already automatically generated for you. I'm just letting you be aware that it's already there. So if you go to your Google Webmaster tools and you go down here to crawl and blocked URLs, this is what you're going to see. But that's, see, like I said, this web development, the web development strategy, that you can't beat these content management systems because it has all this kind of stuff for you. You take years to do what one content management system does for you. And so this is another thing that it takes care of. Sitemaps. Sitemaps are a great way to tell Google about your website and how you want it indexed, okay? You can even put more importance in certain URLs in the WordPress CMS with the Yoast plugin, you can generate these sitemaps easily and then submit them to Google using this tool. If you do not have a content management system that generates sitemaps for you, then you can visit this website here, XML-sitemaps, to help you make one to submit to Google. Okay. Remember that sitemaps has to be on your server in order to submit it to Google in your Webmaster Tools. The URL looks something like this. Now you see here a1websitepro.com/sitemap_index.xml. That is my sitemap, and that was generated by the Yoast plugin. URL parameters. Now this next section, just don't mess with this tool unless you know what you're doing. Okay, if you do, you risk not being indexed by Google. Okay, so you can see the manual for more information, but these are URL parameters. You'll notice we have product and categories and tags and stuff like that, and it asks you, maybe you want to block some of those for certain reasons or whatnot. So, but I would just basically leave this alone so you don't risk, getting your site cast out of Google. Security issues. Sites that become infected with malware will receive messages from Google letting them know that they have been compromised. Remember when we was going over the role section in previous lessons, and we were talking about, even somebody can innocently upload some malware, and I know Webmaster have done it. And so they can upload an infected file, and then boo-hoo, all of a sudden they're getting warnings on their website. They'll get a great big red warning, you have malware on your site. Well, this is where you could find that information out under security issues. This happens more often with people using free themes or plugins, or they'll download plugins that they haven't scanned or tested and stuff like that. So. Or they'll be using a free theme, that they thought looked pretty cool, but it was infected. So there's a lot of things that can cause malware. So, but if you do the things that are outlined in this lesson plan, then you have a better chance of not being infected. So the next section here is about other resources. Okay, so we have other resources about structured data testing tool, structured data markup highlighter, which we already went over, an email markup tester, Google Places, Google Merchant Center, Page Speed Insight, and Custom Search. So there's a lot of other tools that we could talk about. Now, one of the things that you guys probably want to take advantage of is this Google Places. You could go ahead and set up yourself as a web development advisor, whether it be Lake Charles or Boardman or Youngstown or whatnot. And what Google will do is you'll get your particular section indexed, so that when people are typing in web development or website design, so on and so forth, you're going to show up within that locale under Google Places. Labs. Okay, now labs contain your authorship information about your website. You can also see instant previews of Google cached version of your website and compare to your current version. If you just changed a theme or something similar, you'll see a different version. If your website has Flash on it, you're going to receive errors. Okay, so we're going to be talking about how to get your authorship and what that means. And then, of course, the instant previews is Google's cached version of your website. So let's talk about how to get indexed. Now, these are advanced index strategy methods, okay? Now you know the importance of link strategy and indexing using your keyword phrases. Now, as a reflection on the previous lessons, you must use a keyword phrase to link to certain pages on your website, and that web page must contain relevant content that anchor text talks about. If we're linking to web development strategy, we don't want to link to, the cutest doggies in the world, or the cutest puppies in the world, or whatnot. We want to link to a page that has web development strategy on it, or web development Youngstown, web development Lake Charles, so on and so forth. Below is an example of a code on how to for your keyword phrases within your websites, emails, ebooks. So let's say that this constitutes whether it's in your website, email, or an ebook, okay? In fact, anywhere you are linking from, you should use your keyword phrases to link to your content. Okay? So it doesn't matter where. You should use your keyword phrase and link that phrase. Just don't put in a URL. Okay? You want to put in a keyword phrase, highlight it, and link it to a particular web page. Below is my keyword phrase that I want to link to an article that I wrote containing this information. Writing deep content that is indexed. Okay? Below here is a URL that I want to link to. So here's the URL that I want to link to, and here's the anchor text that I want to use. Okay? You notice that it's in the URL as well. Now, here's the code structure of the link to benefit from the link juice. Notice I have an open tag and closing tag as we discussed in the first lesson. So here's my opening tag. This href tells every computer that this is going to be a link. Then I put the equals sign and a quote, and then I'll put in the complete URL to writing deep content that's indexed. I'll close the quote and put in my pointy bracket. Now right away, I'll write in my keyword phrase, writing deep content that is indexed. And then I'll close the open. Here's the opening tag for a link. Here's the closing tag. Okay? And that's how I link to get my juice for writing deep content that is indexed. So if we go to Google right now, since I've done this a while ago, writing deep content that is indexed, just like that, you'll notice here that I'm number one. And not only am I number one, but the pages, if you click on these site links, I have site links for this particular page. And I believe this one is an image. And so let me open this other one up too. So we have these two different things. Yeah, this is an image, like has my graph. And then this other one is an image for content, because you notice the name of this particular image is writing deep content, so on and so forth. This image here is writing deep content index, writing deep content indexed, okay? So I'm ranking number one for writing deep content that's indexed because I created not only an article that's all about writing deep content that is indexed, but I created a backlink strategy from all my social media profiles and more that make this a very valuable keyword phrase for my website, okay? So, and that's how I did it. This is the bottom line on how you get indexed in search engines. This is the bread and butter of search engine optimization, along with great content on your web pages, okay? So you can use your keyword phrases to link, but make sure that they're linking to great content and they're coming from, you know, an authoritative source, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, Wikipedia, so on and so forth, okay? All right, so let's go on to using Google Analytics. Okay, this particular lesson is all about analyzing, isn't it? You know, going back analyzing, because hindsight's 20/20. We can see what we're doing wrong, and we just continue to analyze. So Google Analytics is a tool that provides a wealth of information. Okay, it will tell you where your visitors are, where they're coming from, how long they stay there, what content they're reading, and more. It provides this in real time. You can use this tool to make improvements based upon the data collected. Okay? This is a class all in itself, but we are going to go over the main features and how this is set up on your website. Okay? So if we go here to setting up Google Analytics, what we do is go into google.com Analytics and type that in your address. Look for a button called Access Google Analytics, and you'll see that right here. Okay? The next screen that you're going to come to is a screen like this. It'll say Start Analyzing Your Site's Traffic in 3 steps. All right? So what you want to do is click Sign Up. After you click Sign Up, you're going to come to a screen like this. It's going to ask you what you want to track. Do you want to track a website or a mobile app? But of course, you're going to want to track a website. I like the Universal Analytics, even though it's in beta version, because I can get a lot more information about my website. Okay. So if we scroll down on that page, we're going to enter an account name, we're going to enter the website name, and then the URL to the website. and then we'll select an industry category. Okay, just select the best one that matches you. If we scroll down a little more. We want to use with other Google products only, anonymously track with Google and others, and account specialist. That means maybe you want to share it with somebody, your web developer. You know, you want to be able to share the analytics and so on and so forth. So what you want to do is have the account specialist thing checked. So I usually check all three of them, and then I'll click Get Tracking ID. Okay. You're going to come to a screen that looks like this. And all it is the terms for Google. We'll click accept here, and then voila, we get our tracking code. Okay, so we take this tracking code, okay, highlight all of this, right click and copy. All right. Now we'll go to our WordPress dashboard. We're going to go down here under Appearance and Editor. Okay, that's where we're going to click. And then we're going to select header.php on the right. Okay, we're going to edit the PHP file just a little bit. Now what we want to look for is this WP head, all right? And right before that we want to paste in that code. All right? That's the way where it should go. And now anytime somebody visits your website, well, you want to click update file, of course, but anytime somebody visits your website, you'll be able to see. You'll also really see it in live action. Bring up your website in one tab on your browser, and then bring up your analytics on another tab. In your analytics tab, click on Reporting, then Overview on the left under Real Time, and you can see that the code is working. So here we go. I'm in Reporting, Overview, Real Time. So Reporting, Real Time. I'm clicking the Overview, and you can see right here, right now, I'm getting real-time data. I have one person on the website. Okay, so down here's a map of the United States, and you can see that was me in Boardman, Ohio here, and so you'll be able to track information like this all over the world, and it's a great way to look at your data and find out where the people are coming from. And over here you can see your audience, their demographics, what their interests are, their geolocation, and so on and so forth. So there's a wealth of information that you could gather from the Google Analytics property. Now, using this data to your advantage. For starters, I recommend that you try to understand your audience. Okay? What pages are they landing on the most? And what keyword phrases are they using to find you? Then go to these pages and optimize them, right? Monetize them. Figure out a way, provide them great content, and, provide a way for them to get money. Do you have to set this up before you will get the results, or can pull in the? Okay, yeah. I mean, you could set this up at any time. You could set this up at any time, but yeah, you have to set. Once you set it up, then you'll start collecting the results. But anything that happened beforehand, you're not going to be able to obviously see. So as soon as you set that up, the better, as far as the Google Webmaster tools and the Google Analytics. But so is using this to your advantage, you want to go to those pages and optimize them, monetarily. Make sure there's ads on there, relevant ads. Put things on the pages that are relevant for search engine, for the monetization. Think about your affiliate programs like Amazon or Commission Junction, Can you offer something that the visitor, can you offer something to that visitor that reflects the keyword phrase they use to find you? Okay, so if they're typing in, mobile web development strategy and they find your page, are you offering them things about mobile web development strategy? Do you have a product on that page or a post, something that they can buy? So that's what you want to do. Now, using the data to your advantage, once again, when you look at the demographics, look at your bounce rate for the pages, okay? You want this percentage to be as low as possible. You don't want a high bounce rate. If you have a high percentage of bounce rates on a page, it means that you did not offer your visitor anything that they were hoping to find on your web page. It's kind of like going into a room, not finding what you want, and then you quickly leave, or a store. The other day, I was looking for that naked drink that has blueberries in it. I walked in the store, I was looking around for that drink, And you know what? I wasn't there very long because I couldn't find it. And I couldn't find it fast. So even if they did have it in a back shelf somewhere, it didn't matter. I was in, I was out. So the same thing with web pages. If they can't find what they're doing, they can't find it fast, they're in and out, which will increase your bounce rate. That means they didn't find what they're looking for. They're out of there. To me, the bounce rate is one of the most important metrics that are provided by this tool. If you go to the pages that have high bounce rates, improve them by offering your visitors something worthy that they are looking for. Keep them there. You know, try anything that you can to get them to stay. Now, going back to structured data once again, we're going to talk about this Google authorship. Okay, so structured data was already covered in the data highlighter section above. However, what was not covered in the data highlighter was how you get your picture associated with your website in the search results. This is a good thing to do because it makes you look more professional in the search results. Okay? It also personalizes the search results for your visitors. Here are some instructions on how to make your picture show up alongside your search results for your keyword phrases. Now you notice here, here's a web post that I have about OpenCart, installing the template, and you can see my picture there on the left, right? So I'm going to show you how that happens. It's called the Google Plus badge, but first of all, you'll go to your Google Plus profile. This is connected to your Gmail account and your other Google programs. Visit this URL, plus.google.com. When you get there, you'll see your Google Plus profile. From the drop-down, select Profile. Okay? So here's the Google Plus. If you go to that URL, you want Profile. Click on Profile, and then this is what you're going to go to. And then you want to select the About page. All right? When you select the About page, scroll down to where it says Links in your link box, and then you want to click Edit. All right? And this will give you this little dialog. You want to look for this little dialog. Contributor to, and then you hit Add Custom Link. You'll label that custom link, whatever your website is, and then put in your URL. Okay? Just like that. So now you've linked your Google Plus page to your website. Now you need to link your website to your Google Plus page, and you do this by generating a Google Plus badge. Now you select the Google Plus user, and of course I'm selecting Maximus McCullough here, and you can choose an icon or a badge. I chose a badge. You could choose the layout, whether it be portrait or landscape, and then here you can adjust the width, like if you're going to put it in your sidebar. You know, you don't want it too big, too small, whatnot. Here you can choose a color, you know, if you want it light or dark. Well, I of course choose light. My cover photo, that would be the picture of the two buildings behind my picture. I enabled that. And then my tagline. I enabled my tagline. Web developer, computer programmer, anything challenging. Yes, I like to laugh a lot. And then the language, English. So you can see here, what we do is we take, this will generate a code for me, and I'll take this little script code, and where it says place this tag where you want your widget to render. Okay. Now, where to place the code. In your WordPress CMS, one of the best places to post the code is in your sidebar. And you'll notice that I have mine right here. Okay? So, and, you know, that was the best place for me. Now, because it's on every web page. So that lets Google know that I am the author of this website. I own this website, and feel free to display my picture in the search results. Okay? So that's how you, you know, that's how you do your Google authorship. All right, are there any questions on the lesson today? It's quite lengthy, right? So, okay, here we go. So the next lesson, we're going to be talking about using Bing Webmaster tools, how to get indexed in Bing, understanding Bing Analytics, getting more help, and creating new strategies. The conclusions, we're going to be talking about certificates and what they're good for. So they'll be good for a lot of things. Now that's pretty much for my my other class for web development strategy. You guys are going to be advisors, so this is going to be a little bit different for you. All right, so let me